Heidi.
Hey, yeah.
Today we're wanting to talk about something that's rather difficult. If you've been keeping up with this channel, you know that my mama, I call her Mama T in our household, has been living with us since we moved to this apartment and has served as my primary caregiver. And really has served as such, well, since my birth. And
She has helped me out too.
yep, I'm 41 now, and she is 80 years old. And she is also planning to move away about 2 hours and be closer to her grandkids. But what has been on my mind for a very long time is the day when she will not be able to physically provide my care anymore.
I know that it's been on a terrible for as long as million.
Yeah, so that's over 10 years?
No.
Oh, 9 years. Right. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
I've thought about this day for that long. And I think that many people living with disabilities have their parents, either one or both parents, if they're fortunate to have both parents, to provide their care. I mean, I don't know how many people just within the SMA community is in that similar situation where it's really a parent who comes in and comes through time and time again when a caregiver doesn't show up, an assistant, an employee, or someone is unfortunately let go suddenly, or if they quit suddenly. I mean, there are so many scenarios where the parent will be the one to step in. It's difficult for us, people living with disabilities who rely on personal care assistance, to be realistic with ourselves about this moment, about when the parent won't be physically capable of doing it anymore. And I noticed this with my mom, and I know she pushes herself. She has a lot of mental fortitude. She's an incredibly strong person, physically and emotionally. But we're human, all of us, and we can't go on forever. We make jokes, and people make jokes about my mom and her physical feats and all that she can do, and they say, oh, she's the Energizer Bunny, and really it's a pretty good case to make that she's like the Energizer Bunny, but she's also very, very human. I think that this transition is incredibly hard for possibly both. Thanks, Cynthia. I don't know yet how this is going to affect my mom emotionally. I don't even know how it may affect her physically, for her to suddenly stop completely providing the care, because she has been providing care between my sister or myself or both for the last 40 years. For me, this transition will be and has been very emotionally difficult. And I think the main reason is that, as I mentioned before, this is the person, this is kind of like, if you're not married, this is your main person in life. And if you have a wonderful parent / caregiver relationship, it is very difficult for your parent to be just your parent and no longer, the caregiver. It's a loss because it just means that this is kind of what you envision what life will be like when they're literally no longer here on Earth, and I'm being like dramatic now, things. Even though this process is difficult, it's a really important one to start it even before it has to happen, before the parent just suddenly is not able to do it anymore. In our emergency preparedness video, they talked about having many people as backup, people that would agree to step in the case of an emergency. And I think that a lot of us don't have this. I certainly don't. I don't have a community of people that would step in. But this is part of being an adult and living with a disability where you're reliant on other people for your care. And we're doing the work, Dan and I, now to build that and to change our relationship with my mom so that she's just my mom and we can enjoy her company as my mom and not as my mom and our caregiver. What was it like when you got married and you left your parents' house and you moved in with my mama and my sister and I?
It was a transition because I like to read 3 meals a day. And for the first couple months before I resigned, we only had 2, which was fine because at college I only ate twice a day, sometimes 3, and just order a pizza Friday.
Yeah, your pizza consumption went way down during that period. It went back up in Arizona, but what was it like when you realized your relationship with your parents was changing? They weren't your primary caregivers anymore.
I just found good that I was growing up with such a lovely lady by my side.
Nice day.
Yeah, there.
Well, it is a transition, but I think perhaps it was a little bit different for you because
You guys
it's different for everyone.
eat healthy.
Oh, Lord. Don't eat that healthy.
You don't have soda.
Oh my god.
Look at where they got this.
Okay, that's all we have, folks. Keep it Ginchi.
Just kidding. And ciao.
Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Ginchiest, where we talk about our disability experiences and what they teach us about being human.
Subscribe. I dare you.
Oh my god, you ruined it.